Hey everyone, it's Jenny freaking Kim. Today I'm excited to bring you my final predictions for this year's Daesang winners and nominees. With the year quickly coming to a close, we're stepping into award season, arguably one of the most thrilling times for K-pop fans. After an incredible year of standout releases and unforgettable performances, it's time to reflect on those artists who've truly earned their place in the spotlight and deserve the honor of a Daesang. I've gone back and revisited all the major releases from this year, comparing them to part 1 of my Daesang predictions, which by the way you can find linked below. In this video, I'll be revealing my updated picks for the winners and highlighting some honorable mentions. Even if some groups might not take home the trophy, they definitely deserve their moment of recognition. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I mainly focus on female K-pop idols, bringing you tier lists, rankings, and all things K-pop throughout the year. In today's video, I'll be diving into 5 major award categories that I'm predicting for this year's Daesang Awards. We'll be looking at Rookie of the Year, Artist of the Year for soloists, Artist of the Year for groups, Album of the Year, and of course, Song of the Year. This list is entirely based on my personal opinions, taking into account factors like the quantity and quality of releases, versatility, concepts, chart, and streaming performance, and overall creativity. Remember, this is just my take, and I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Feel free to share them in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing different perspectives. Without further ado, let's kick things off with our first category, Rookie of the Year. The competition for this award is fierce, and I think it's going to be a close race between 3 major groups. Let's start with ILIT. Despite being one of the youngest groups in the industry, they've made an explosive debut this year. Their first release, Super Real Me, took the K-pop world by storm, and their hit track Magnetic has already racked up almost 500 million streams on Spotify. That's a huge achievement for a rookie group and speaks volumes about their potential. What I really love about ILIT is their charming, cute concept. It reminds me a lot of New Jeans. While they might not be quite at that level yet, they fit this concept perfectly, and it's exciting to see how they'll evolve. ILIT definitely has what it takes to reach Daesang level in the future, but for this year, I think they're just shy of that mark. Now, let's move on to Kiss of Life. They've had an absolutely phenomenal year, delivering nothing but hits since their debut. In my eyes, they're the big sisters of the 5th generation, leading the charge and setting the standard for other groups to follow. Despite being new to the scene, they perform with the confidence and polish of artists who have been in the industry for years. Honestly, I'd go as far as to say they could challenge some of the top 4th and even 3rd generation groups. That's how talented they are. This year, I've been completely captivated by tracks like Midas Touch and Sticky. And it's not just their music that's making waves. They've already started branching out with exciting collaborations, including working with Nayeon for her solo album, and even teaming up with the video game Valorant. On top of that, Kiss of Life has delivered some powerhouse performances throughout the year, consistently backing it up with impressive Spotify streaming numbers, each song easily racking up tens of millions of streams. And now let's talk about Baby Monster. This group is absolutely stacked with talent from top to bottom, and they were already hugely popular even before their official debut. Since then, they've consistently released bangers that perfectly showcase their incredible rapping and vocal abilities. Their live performances this year have been thrilling, each one radiating confidence and powerful stage presence as if they were born for this. Honestly, I'd argue that they are. Baby Monster's streaming numbers have been strong throughout the year, which shows just how much support they're getting from fans. This is a great sign for their future, and it's clear that they're only going to get bigger from here. However, when it comes to winning Rookie of the Year, it feels like a toss-up between Baby Monster and Kiss of Life. Both are absolutely deserving of the honor, and it's going to be a close call. That being said, Baby Monster is my top pick for the award, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kiss of Life takes it home. Either way, I fully support both groups, as they are deserving of such an award. Next up, we have the Artist of the Year award. Now, I know this category is open to both soloists and groups, but for this part of the video, I want to focus on soloists who have the potential to take home this prestigious award. Don't worry, I'll be covering groups for this award later on to keep things clear. As for soloists, I've narrowed it down to 4 incredible idols who I believe have the strongest chances of winning. Let's kick things off with Yuki. Her first solo album was nothing short of amazing. I absolutely loved the variety of songs and styles she brought to the table, proving that she's not only versatile but also capable of delivering diverse and engaging music. This release, in my opinion, was seriously underrated and deserves way more recognition. Not only that, but she has also delivered some pretty good performances. However, despite how fantastic this release was, I don't think Yuki is the favorite to win this time around. Next up is Tsuyu. I had to include her in the running for this award because honestly, her release took me by surprise. Out of all the members of Twice, I never expected Tsuyu to be the one to drop a solo mini album, but wow, what a pleasant surprise it was. This release truly showcased her untapped potential, not just as an incredible idol, but as a strong solo artist in her own right. However, I would consider this an underrated release as her streaming numbers weren't explosive, but I also liked her performances. That being said, while Tsuyu's solo debut was impressive, I still think Yuki has a better shot at winning the award, so just like Yuki, Tsuyu might not be the favorite this year either. Now, let's move on to Lisa. Even though she's only released 2 solo tracks this year, both were absolute bangers. Lisa has a proven track record of delivering wildly popular solo songs, and for good reason, she's a born soloist through and through. What I really admire about Lisa is her willingness to push musical boundaries. Her collaboration with the Latin superstar Rosalía on New Woman was an incredible move, and the song itself was fantastic. Despite only dropping singles, Lisa still manages to dominate the K-pop charts. Honestly, if she were to release a full album or even a mini album, she'd likely clean up across the board. Out of sheer popularity, I think Lisa is leading the pack to win Artist of the Year, but to be honest, she isn't my personal favorite for this award. Now, moving on to my top pick for this award, Nayeon. This year, Nayeon dropped her second full-length album, and she's proven once again that she's built for the solo stage. This release absolutely delivered, and in my opinion, it's her best solo project yet. Every track was a hit, showcasing her incredible versatility and potential as a solo artist. One of the highlights for me was the variety in the songs, with Magic featuring Julie from Kiss of Life being my personal favorite. Her track ABCD became the standout hit, racking up millions of streams and solidifying the album's success with her fans. All things considered, Nayeon is my favorite to win Artist of the Year if a soloist were to take home the award this year. Now, let's shift our focus to which group could potentially take home the Artist of the Year award. Kicking things off with what I believe is an underrated pick, NMIXX. This has truly been NMIXX's best year yet. Thanks to the release of their FE 304 albums, which showcase some of their most exciting concepts and best songs to date. In fact, I'd argue that their most recent release, FE 304 Stick Out, is their strongest work ever. NMIXX is definitely in their rapping era, and they've demonstrated their aggressive, powerful talents like never before. While their streaming numbers might not be as high as some of the more popular groups, that's to be expected since they're still the underdogs in the industry. I truly hope they receive the recognition they deserve one day. That said, even though NMIXX may not be my top favorites to win this Daesang, I wholeheartedly believe they deserve a spot in the discussion and definitely warrant a nomination. Next up is Baby Monster. They've had a powerful first year in the industry, showcasing their impressive talents and revealing their true potential to become leaders in K-pop for years to come. I absolutely love how versatile they've been with their music, effortlessly navigating different styles and concepts. This gives me high hopes for their future, and they certainly deserve to be part of the conversation this year. Throughout 2024, Baby Monster has received an outpouring of love and support from fans. They've managed to release a solid number of songs in their debut year, achieving impressive streaming numbers on Spotify, averaging over tens of millions of streams per track. This clearly positions them as frontrunners in the fifth generation of K-pop. Another group I'd consider for nomination is NewJeans. Despite only being in the industry for a couple of years, they've already been racking up impressive numbers, rivaling those of Blackpink with hundreds of millions of streams per song. As I'm creating this video, their streaming figures remain among the highest in the industry, which is incredibly impressive, especially considering the challenges they've faced with HYBE this year. Yet, they continue to enjoy immense love and support from their dedicated fans. With their recent releases, How Sweet and Supernatural, NewJeans consistently demonstrate that they are at the forefront of the Y2K concept, and perhaps even leading the charge for the entire fourth generation of K-pop. Now let's talk about Kiss of Life. I've already touched on why they're a strong contender for the Rookie of the Year award, but their impact goes beyond that. Kiss of Life has achieved impressive streaming numbers and performs with the confidence of seasoned veterans in the industry. Like Baby Monster, they have garnered immense love and support from fans this year, delivering jaw-dropping performances that showcase their undeniable talent. I truly believe that Kiss of Life is leading the charge for the fifth generation. This year, they've proven themselves to be a formidable force, and I honestly think they have the best odds of winning the Artist of the Year award. However, I see it as a toss-up between Kiss of Life and my personal favorite. For my top pick to win the Artist of the Year award, it has to be none other than aespa. This year, aespa has been absolutely dominating the K-pop scene, not just with the sheer volume of releases, but also their consistency of improving with each comeback. They've been dropping banger after banger all year long and crushing it on the charts and streaming platforms with their incredible live performances. While I'd give NewJeans a slight edge in terms of streaming numbers, aespa is right on their heels, consistently averaging hundreds of millions of streams. Their album Armageddon stands out as a flawless release and, in my opinion, their best work to date. Additionally, the aespa members have showcased their versatility by performing solo songs during their tour, which adds even more excitement for what's to come. It's clear that aespa is pushing aggressively for a Daesang this year, and they absolutely deserve it. Since their debut, they've consistently delivered hits, and I believe they are worthy of the prestigious title of Artist of the Year in 2024. Honestly, if they don't win this time around, I'm left wondering what else it would take for them to claim such an esteemed award, as they've proven themselves to be a decent caliber group. Now, let's dive into our next Daesang, Song of the Year. This is probably the toughest category to predict, as this year has been overflowing with incredible bangers. Looking back, I can think of at least 10 songs that have the potential to snag this award, so bear with me. Let's kick things off with New Jeans' tracks Supernatural and How Sweet. As I mentioned earlier, New Jeans truly excels in the Y2K concept, and these two songs are a testament to that. Staying true to their signature style, both tracks have received overwhelmingly positive feedback from fans and have easily racked up impressive streaming numbers on Spotify. Honestly, this is just another day at the office for New Jeans, showcasing their immense popularity. While I believe New Jeans deserves to be in the conversation for this award, I wouldn't say they are the frontrunners to win it this year. Now, let's move on to the next songs. Next up, we have Kiss of Life with their standout tracks, Midas Touch and Sticky. These songs have quickly become two of their most popular releases, showcasing the incredible potential Kiss of Life has for delivering bangers. I have had these tracks on repeat all year, with Sticky being my absolute favorite summer anthem. I truly adore the concept and style Kiss of Life has embraced, and I'm confident that their future releases will continue to impress. Their streaming numbers on Spotify reflect their success, with both songs achieving impressive volumes. I firmly believe Kiss of Life deserves a spot in this discussion for Song of the Year. Next up, we have Lesser Femme with their trio of hits, Smart, Easy, and Crazy. With these three absolute bangers, they've positioned themselves as strong contenders for the Song of the Year award. They kicked off the year powerfully with Easy and Smart, which captured the spotlight and sent their streaming numbers soaring. However, after their disappointing performance at Coachella, Lesser Femme took a brief hiatus, but they made a triumphant return with Crazy, which has been met with enthusiastic support from fans and is racking up impressive Spotify streams. While they certainly have great odds of winning, I wouldn't personally consider them my favorites for this award. Next, let's talk about Eyelit and their explosive hit Magnetic. What can I say? This song has truly taken the industry by storm. With nearly 500 million streams, Magnetic is a shining testament to Eyelit's immense potential. While they also embrace the Y2K aesthetic, I still view New Jeans as the reigning champions of that concept. However, Eyelit has certainly came to play, and Magnetic showcases that. When it comes to streaming numbers alone, Eyelit could very well clinch this award. Still, in my opinion, they aren't the frontrunners just yet. Moving on to my favorite contender for this award, aespa with their phenomenal tracks Armageddon and Supernova. In my eyes, these two songs are masterpieces. Not only have they captivated listeners, but they've also gained significant attention, with Spotify streams easily surpassing 100 million for both tracks and Supernova nearing the 250 million mark. It's clear that these songs represent some of aespa's finest work, and they truly deserve to win a Daesang for Song of the Year. aespa has been working tirelessly this year in pursuit of a Daesang, and I believe they've earned it. If I had to choose one song to claim the title of Song of the Year, I firmly believe that aespa will win the Daesang Award for Supernova in 2024. And now to kick off our final Daesang Award prediction, let's start with our first nominee, IVE, and their mini album, IVE Switch. IVE has built a reputation for delivering some of the best releases since their debut, and I largely agree with that sentiment. This release in particular was impressive, but I don't think it quite reaches the level of their previous Daesang winning album IVE, which was a true masterpiece. That said, IVE Switch deserves a place in this discussion. The concepts and styles across the songs featured in this mini album showcase some of IVE's best work to date. However, I wouldn't consider it the frontrunner for this year's award. Next up is an underrated pick in my eyes, NMIXX and their latest release, FE304 Stick Out. NMIXX has often been viewed as the underdog in the industry, but I truly believe this release marks their best work to date. Not only have they entered their rapping era, but they've also found greater stability in their style, a balance they've struggled with in the past. I love their rapping era, and I think they should continue down this path. That said, I also enjoyed the laid-back vibes of songs like Moving On and Love Is Lonely. This release showcases NMIXX in their most powerful form yet, and I believe this mini album deserves a spot in the discussion for Album of the Year. However, it's worth noting that NMIXX may face tough competition from some of the more popular groups I've mentioned in this video. Moving on to our next album, ITZY's Born to Be. This album is by far my favorite from ITZY, and while some midsies might disagree, I found it to be a refreshing shift for the group. It showcases a more aggressive, almost rock star vibe with standout tracks like Born to Be and Untouchable. I also appreciated the inclusion of solo songs, which demonstrates their willingness to experiment and push their boundaries. I genuinely believe this is ITZY's best chance at winning a Daesang for Album of the Year. Finally, my favorite to win Album of the Year is aespa with their release Armageddon. This is their first full-length album, and it's packed with an impressive variety of songs that showcase all types of concepts and styles, making it some of their best work to date, with standout tracks like Supernova and the title track Armageddon, both of which are Daesang caliber songs. The entire album has garnered millions of streams, highlighting its popularity. Given all of this, I confidently choose aespa as the favorites to win Album of the Year this year with Armageddon. And there you have it, my final Daesang predictions for 2024. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to check out my early Daesang prediction video and see how it compares to this one, feel free to click the link in the description or hit the annotation at the end of this video. Also, don't forget to check out my previous video where I rank the top 25 female K-pop idols of 2024. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing for more future videos. Until next time, see ya!